Good afternoon from Bali, everyone. It's Anifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, my reflections and contemplation has been very much about the butterfly effect. And I'm not sure how many people watching this video will understand the butterfly effect, or many might actually be familiar with it. There's definitely a few movies that have been made about this idea and lots of books and writings about this idea. And today I thought I'd talk about it in both personal and professional lives and based on truthfulness or untruth. So this butterfly effect, this quotation by Martin Luther King Jr. is probably a great start. It says, "Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Whatever affects one directly or affects all indirectly." And this is interesting. So how is that possible? If this experience that I share with someone is so joyful, it affects more than me. So it definitely, if joy is flowing through me and I am experiencing joy, even when someone just sees me, they might say, wow, that person's so happy. They might not say joyful, but that is what it is. And yet, you would think, okay, so that's fine, but you know that creates a ripple effect throughout the world. And again, certainly the people that are on our minds feel our energies when we are feeling a particular energy, and the people that we speak to, feel our energy. And this starts at the energetic level. Then it becomes an actual thought that, well, I don't know why I'm thinking about this person, but when I think about them, it makes me so happy. I was just remembering this incident I had with a friend or a family member, or even just a new acquaintance that I just happened to pass on the street who smiled. And today I have to tell you, I just finished a meditation up here. This used to be my favorite area for meditation. I'm on a very high ledge, and then when I've had my couple of falls in Bali, I chose to play it safer and not be on that ledge. And like I said, it was my favorite spot. And today I decided to sit on that spot for a 5-minute meditation and felt fantastic. And it so happens that there are people building a house not too far from here. So the workers are here working on this home, an expansion, a growth of a home. And they were so happy to see me. I guess male energy seeing a female energy, I don't know, something different for them to look at maybe. But there was a connection. I could see they would wave at me, blow kisses, and very amusing and yet touching too. And so I'd catch their kisses and I'd throw it out into the universe. They saw me doing my meditation, and I said that the universe thanks you. And I mean it. And this is the intention, that even when I intend to send something good to you, it goes everywhere. And I can either be consciously aware of it, that, wow, I am sending this everywhere, or I can unconsciously do it, and it does affect other people nicely, but I can act like I don't know. I can get jealous if someone else says, oh, well, I'll catch that kiss. I say, no, it was directed towards this person. Yeah, that can be that's my energy that I'm sending. Nothing is ours. And yet this intention that comes from us to share something with anyone brings out that energy of sharing, and it travels, and energy just moves. So energy doesn't stop when it hits something, it just keeps on moving through it and flows. And so the more we do the energies that we'd like to see grow, the more it does, because we're adding wave upon wave upon wave. And I love this because I feel like these these workers are actually joined this wave today. And it's not that I haven't been up here many times, and whether they're the same workers or new workers, I don't know. All I know is today there was a connection, and what a great feeling, because we are all about connection. So I wanted to make sure that you also understand what is exactly this butterfly effect. And I found this wonderful writing. It's literally just talking about the butterfly effect as a noun. And it says, it's the theory that everything matters, that even the flutter of a butterfly's wings can cause a hurricane on the other side of the world. If you change even the smallest of life's details, you completely change its outcome. So even the smallest of life's details, and most people are caught up in the, well, but this doesn't really matter. And I just smiled at my best friend. What's the big deal? Well, you know what? It is. Oh, and you're seeing my incense burning behind as you see the smoke rising up. I'm not burning anything else but incense here. But I just want you to know that everything matters. Everything really does. So every thought matters, every word matters, every action matters. And so I could have just seen these people and said, oh, boy, I can't believe they're not giving me peace when I'm doing my meditation. I'm just really happy, and I feel like they have participated in their own way, through their own forms, through their own minds, through their own intentions for this sharing of energy. And this is the butterfly effect. Now, this is happening consciously or not consciously. We can actually consciously contribute to this butterfly effect, and we can send out healing energy, loving, supportive energy, which is at the core of who each of us is. So if we think of that divine core, that is who we are. And yet most of us work from the human aspect or a mind perspective of, well, what have they done for me? I mean, these people haven't done anything for me, so why should I be friendly and pleasant? And what exactly are they looking at? And are they nosy? And I'm going to look from the perspective of my mind. Now, I can tell you that many people don't really understand their own mind's perspective, and you might know this too. Most of us think we understand ourselves. I'm a good person, and I send out good energy to people who are nice to me, and that becomes very transactional. If you're nice to me, I can be nice to you. And so if someone hasn't spoken to me for months and months, these are people that I don't even know, and they haven't spoken to me. And then today, there's a connection. Do I hold the grudge of they haven't spoken for months and months? Or do I live in this present moment to create my current karma? Because it's past karma that allows me to achieve this experience today. My past karma. So perhaps I've always looked out in that corner and sent positive energy, and I actually have, and tried to connect, and there hasn't been a natural connection. Today, I did the same, but I see there's a connection, and wow, what a joyful experience. And that is us being conscious of the karma we create today. So today's karma will be felt at some future time, not only for myself, but for the world. And this is something I'd like to encourage us to understand too. Many people can say, well, I've learned all this stuff and that's made me a better person. So yes, I'm kinder to my family, my friends, my office, and that's good. And so this still limits it to the I, the me, the me. So I am going to say is the universal energy flowing through all of us, pure consciousness. And then me is, how does this affect me? If I'm nicer to my boss, I might hold my job. And I have to know, this mind has to know its own thinking. What is it being nice for? Is there a potential gain in this? Is there a potential transaction? They said hello yesterday, so I'm saying hello today. It doesn't matter. It's not based on judgment. It's based on understanding ourselves and why we do what we do. So back to personal lives. Many times this is the least easy place that someone may intentionally or unintentionally hurt us, and we hold that. We hold that pain and that feeling and that experience and that memory, and we replay it in our minds, replay. So we're just feeding that. And if I can work from forgiveness, that I forgive that this person has done a behavior that was hurtful to this human form. I'm not this form, I'm not this mind, I'm not this body. I truly believe this. I truly speaking through this mind and this form of Hanifa really know this, that everything affects everyone. So then what comes from me affects not only myself first, because it's coming through me, then the closest people to me, then the people that I'm thinking about, the people that I'm talking about, the people that I interact with, whether I know them or not, are all experiencing that energy. So now if I'm not so happy about something, and yes, let me tell you, there's something that happened today that was not very easy for this mind and this experience, and it is a reminder for who I am. And this reminder came in an unexpected way, and I often try to help us understand or encourage us all to understand that whether something good or not so good happens, and of course the mind will decide if this is good or this is not so good. We go one space deeper than the mind and we look at soul level, I'll say, and from that level everything just is. So even when something is not so good from the mind level, this is not so good, can I change this to something good? I look at it as a reason that pushes me to be the best of me, because even if someone around me has not been what I would consider the best of me, and I might expect it to be the best of them too, and I drop the expectation, am I being the best of me? That's all it comes back to. Am I being the best of me as I think of these people? Am I sending out the best energy from this space? And boy, forgiveness is definitely flowing easily. understanding is also flowing easily, and this is what we can do in every moment. Now, the people that are closest to us are the least easy to forgive, perhaps, for the mind, and understand also for the mind, because we're in the same place. They already get me, and yet they did this. They know this doesn't make me happy, and they do this. And then again, our own expectations grow, and we start forgetting who we are. So am I the person that is going to judge this person, now hold a grudge because of something they've done or didn't do or said or didn't say or thought or didn't think? All of those things. And it's just this mind's perspective. This is what I see. This is what I feel. This is what I understand. I come back to me. How am I feeling? What's the butterfly effect I choose to create from this space? And I choose to create love, peace, and understanding. When I'm coming from that space, I understand that the butterfly effect that comes from me is truth-based, which is not easy for many people to hear, and yet it's not with any segment, no, and not a shred of intention to show them. I'll show them. No, it's not that energy, but certainly years ago, I might have been in that space of, I'm going to make a point. This was just not right, and I'm making a point today. It's based on truth and fact, humility and understanding, and yet also not resisting expressing truth from this form, how this form sees it, how this form understands it, and yet truth is truth. It's not that any mind could deny the truth. The reasons for any actions, behaviors, thoughts are individual to individual people, but truth is truth. And this is what I find that is flowing easier through this mind. So this mind is aware that I can understand it now. I can hear it. I've been able to hear for some time. I think many of us are. It's that little awareness at the back of the mind, which it's not a conscious awareness of I know this. It's not from that ego space. It's not from intelligence. It's just truth. And this experience of then having confidence to speak truth in a loving and compassionate way is often received much better. Now, it may never be received by the actual person who or people who might have created a karma here or reacted to from their own spaces of karma, their own spaces of, I don't know, sometimes one can think of it as an insecurity, a fear, a worry, a concern, judgment of themselves or of others, and a certain impression that must be given. So this is how I gotta look, and this is what my intention is. But most people aren't thinking about their intention. They just say or speak or think and do the things that they do. And so when I'm coming from this space, I don't actually expect that there's any change in my immediate environment. I do know that I share this energy lovingly and freely. And I know that, as I mentioned to a good friend today as we were speaking, I said, for the ears that are open to hearing, that are ready to hear, and the minds that are open to understanding, this information will be useful. So I come back to whether in families, and the closer we are to people, the less easy this is. Yet you'd be surprised, or maybe not, if you reflect on it. Even people that are just basic friends, acquaintances, you might run into them at the office occasionally, might see them on the bus occasionally, you might have met them for the first time, and already there's a feeling of, I don't really like this person, I don't like what they say, I don't like how they think, I don't like how they behave. And recognizing some karma is coming through this moment. Now, how am I thinking? Is my energy helping myself and the energy that I'm with? Because as soon as I put blame or judgment out there, and I'm going to judge you as less than me, as most of us do, or I might look at the person and say, wow, this person's so whatever, smart, intelligent, beautiful, anything, and think they've got all that and I don't have that, so I feel less than them. And that's egoic spaces too. And again, coming back to my mind, am I sending out an energy that's helpful for me and whoever I'm affecting, consciously or unconsciously? And this, I love that when we are actually doing this and consciously aware that we are doing this and have that power, we come back to our inherent powers, because love, nurturing, compassion, understanding are all part of divine energies that we're all carrying. Businesses today are definitely getting more and more comfortable. Maybe they have always been, and now maybe there's lots of different justifications. So it went from the personal level. I justify, well, I didn't say this because I didn't understand. I didn't do this because I wasn't understanding. And you know, lots of justifications happen in lots of different spaces. So in personal life, oh, I didn't realize the time, so that's why I'm late. So all of that can happen. In professional, it just moves into that professional space too. So, oh my goodness, there was so much traffic on the road. Seems so common. Does it seem common in North America? Yes. Guess what? It's just as common in Bali. So I hear about this regularly. Oh, I know I'm late, but it's because of the traffic. Or I had something really important to do, so I'm late because I was taking care of my child. I'm late because I went to a religious function. I'm late because my neighbor really needed me. And all of these, only an individual will truly know whether it's truth or not truth. Yet if you reflect on your own life, I'm not at work because I'm sick, but really I want to go to see this movie. Happens all the time. And yet we avoid speaking the truth. Why? We could lose the job, right? We could lose the relationship. That you're late because you were talking to another lady, and what is that all about? And what were you doing with that other lady? So you can see jealousy can rise, and there's no truth. Why? Because if we feel that we are doing something not right, we don't find it so easy to express it. And then that's something for us to correct our own actions too, because only our own conscience will remind us. Yet it's when we're aligning with truth that our conscience can actually have access to our minds, which then affects our thoughts, then our words, and then our actions. Which again, now you know the butterfly effect is not affecting just ourselves, but it spreads out, and it is literally not only limited to your family, not only your friends, not only your community, it is to the world. So this is how this butterfly can create a tornado halfway across the world. Finally, I wanted to end with this quotation, and I can't tell you where the quotation came from. It doesn't have an author, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was somehow related to Bhagavad Gita. But it says, whatever is seen among men, whether pleasure or pain, is born of karma. Karma is actions. All creatures enjoy or suffer as per their past actions. Now remember I said, as per their past actions. My past actions have led me to today. So today I've had the exact same experience that I've had before. In fact, a year ago, I've had something very similar happen as what's happened today to me, for me. This reminder, do you know who you are now? Yes, this time it takes less and less time to be able to be centered in who I am and who you are too. And I truly believe that. I hope you do too. And let today's karma shape the joy of your future. And any today's karma that is beneficial and loving and enjoyable and pleasant, remember it's because of something past that's happened. This could happen from you directly, could have happened from generations before you that are not even alive today. It could happen from friends, anyone who's sending great energy in this life or another. And again, if you think of one life, then it's this life. And if you think of one life as a soul, it is also just one life. It's only one eternal, everlasting life. Today, I wish you a conscious decision to be the best that you can be, to understand the karma that you are living, enjoying, or suffering, and creating today in each moment of now. I wish you a fantastic day ahead, and I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day or night, everyone.